Table 3, come sit. It's locked. Was it locked?
You guys can scoot forward a little bit so everybody can fit on the carpet. I won't bite you.
Just sit right here. Carla, scoot over. Tristan, you can scoot up a little bit. Tristan's going to want to stay in his box now because I told him that.
Yep.
We got enough room? Okay.
Why does matter matter? What do trees, air, and water have in common? They all have matter. That means they take up space. You might be wondering why these things look so different if they all have matter. Everything found on Earth can be grouped into one of 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, or gas. In order to figure out which state of matter an object fits in, we have to examine its properties. The properties we look at are shape, mass, and volume. Mass is the amount of matter an object has, and volume is the amount of space the matter takes up. Solids are easy to recognize. They have definite shape, mass, and volume. Trees are solids. They are made up of tiny particles called atoms.
Just like my pencil.
Actually, yeah, Tristan, just like your pencil. These atoms are packed closely together and they hold the solid in a definite shape that does not change. If you look around your house, you will see lots of solids. Televisions, beds, tables, chairs, and even the food you eat.
Some?
Guys, so atoms, all matter is made up of atoms. Solids, liquids, and gas, they all have atoms. The reason why a solid is because the atoms are packed tightly together. The atoms are so close together that the solid can't move. In liquids, they flow around more, and in gases, they're even more spread apart. That's why you can't really see gas or put gas like in a container or anything. One moment, let me finish, Tristan. Liquids do not have definite shape, but they do have definite mass and volume. Liquids are similar to solids because their atoms are close together. But what makes a liquid different is that those atoms can move around. Liquids can change shape by flowing. If you've ever spilled a glass of milk, then you know it spreads out across the floor. It does this because the milk is taking the shape of the floor. Since liquids do not have a definite shape of their own, they will take the shape of their containers. This is why the same amount of milk can look different in a tall glass, a wide mug, or spread out on your kitchen floor. Gases do not have a definite shape or volume. Like liquids, gases will take the shape of their containers. If a gas is not in a container, it will spread out indefinitely. This is because the atoms in a gas are spaced farther apart than in a solid or a liquid. And being spread out like this allows them to move around freely. Think about the air you breathe every day. That air is spread across the empty space around Earth. You've probably also noticed that you usually cannot see the air. This is another property of gases. Even though we cannot see them, you come in contact with them every day. There's air in the tires of your family car and your bicycle. The sun is made up of gases, and the clouds in the sky are mostly made from water vapor. When trying to remember the 3 states of matter, think about water. If it freezes into a solid, it becomes ice. Its atoms are packed together, keeping its shape. Of course, we know water can also be a liquid. It flows in rivers or it can be poured from a glass. When water evaporates, it becomes water vapor, a type of gas in the air. Try a little experiment of your own by placing an ice cube in a covered glass or container. You will be able to observe the ice first in its solid form, then watch it as it melts into a liquid to become water. Eventually, the water will turn to water vapor, and your glass or container will be filled with this gas. Question. Yes, Tristan. Yeah, and actually that's kind of a good example because gas, when you put gas in a car, is actually in the form of a liquid, and then when it goes out of your car through the exhaust pipe, it's in the form of a gas, which are 2 states of matter. Yes.
There's another example. Like when you blow up a balloon, there's gas inside.
Mm-hmm.
When you pop the balloon, the gas went outside.
It spreads out. The atoms
They
spread further out.
spread.
Okay, guys, I'm going to send you back to your seat now, and I have a couple questions for you guys to talk about at your group, okay? At your table. So get up quietly, please. to the person next to you. Whoever's sitting next to you is the person you're going to talk to. You three can talk together, okay?
Shoulder, shoulder partners.
Shoulder partners, yes. Alright, so the first question is, what does everything on Earth have in common? Go ahead and talk to the person next to you. What do you think everything on Earth has in common?
There's gas. Gas is
Come on, let's go. What does everything on Earth have in common?
What do you guys think?
Read the first sentence in your paper. Read the first
What do you
sentence.
think that everything on Earth has in common? Well, not everything's a gas. You know, that table over there is a gas.
Page your gas and read the first sentence. Read the first sentence in your paper.
A table
Read
is
it
a
out
solid,
loud.
yeah.
Brittany, read it out loud.
What are some other examples of solids? Elmo. Anything that is hard, that doesn't flow, that's not liquidy or gassy, is a solid. So anything that's hard. Trees, yeah. Yep.
What do you say?
Cars, you said?
No.
People, yeah.
We're solid. But we do have liquid in us. We have gas in us too.
Gas in us too.
We have a lot of, like, our stomach's got gases in it. Yeah, we have air, we have oxygen in our lungs. Good girl. It is all made out of atoms. You are correct.
Okay guys, I want to share something that we were talking about over here at this table. We were saying that people, all of us, we're all solids, but inside of our bodies we also have liquids and gases in us. So even though we're solid on the outside, we have, you know, like blood flowing through us, and that's a liquid, and we also have like gases in our stomach that digest our food and whatnot. So, the next question we're going to talk about are what are the three states of matter. We went over in the article. You can refer back to the article. Talk to your shoulder partner about what the three states of matter are.
Solid, liquid, and gas.
Talk about what the differences are between them.
Good job, Alex. What do you think? What's the difference between the solid and liquid?
Gas and liquid are not the same.
So when you do put a glass of water in the freezer and it turns ice, the atoms that are inside the liquid, they get packed tighter together, and that's why it becomes a solid.
Apart, liquid is space apart.
Think of an example of a solid and a gas.
Yeah.
Gas
And
is
then when you put out in the liquid, and when your car comes out in the liquid, and then when you put it out your exhaust pipe, it comes out in gas.
That's an example of a liquid.
You can sometimes see it, you know, you see one like a brake liquid.
What's an example of a liquid?
Solid and gases. Good job, guys.
Water. What about a gas?
gas, the air.
Cold. Yep. Oxygen. What else? What's another example of a gas? Floating in the air.
Okay, guys, if you have a water bottle with water, what shape would the water bottle have? The water takes the shape of whatever it's in. So if you put water inside the water bottle, it's going to be the shape of the water bottle. If you pour the same amount of water that you have in a water bottle in a big pool, it's going to spread out along the whole bottom of the pool. It's the same amount of water. It's not any less, but it just takes a different form. Does that make sense?
Now Now you may need to look at this article carefully, and you may want to read it again as a group before you answer these questions on this worksheet, okay?
Alright guys, I'm gonna hand you the worksheet, okay?
Good job, Haley.
Yeah, good job.
I just heard Haley dividing the article up into sections. Or if you want to read the questions first and then try to find the answers in the article, you can do that also.
The worksheet is based off of the article, so you will be able to find the answers in the article.
This is a lot of good vocabulary for science that you're going to be working with next year.
You guys can do it with your shoulder partner. You can talk about the questions and try and find it in the article.
We're going to do this in our notebook. Come on, keep going. Let's go. Put your name on your paper. Come on. You should at least have one or two answered by now or be reading.